live. All right, I'm doing something different here on YouTube. I'm also going to go live on Facebook. Ooh, let's do it. Okay. Yes, we're live on both. All right. Yes. Okay. No offense to the camera up here, which is Facebook. I'm probably going to look down a lot. So just go with it. All right, guys. So, my name is Joy D. Fanning, astronaut of life. I call myself, sorry, I call myself a high vibe storyteller, and I help people go inward to explore. And by that, I just mean I make meditations and I do readings that empower you. I don't want to be one of those psychics that gives you the answer all the time. I could do that, but I don't like the energy of that. So my thing is to help you get that answer yourself. That's kind of what I do. But tonight, I like to go live on Facebook. We're trying something new by adding in. Wait, I like to go live on YouTube, and I'm adding in Facebook tonight. So welcome. Yay, Facebook. Okay, so tonight I'm talking about. Sorry, that's the wrong page. Breaking cycles and loops. Ooh, breaking cycles and loops. So this was a big one for me this week. I want to say Wednesday morning I was meditating and I was in the morning and I was meditating and I had this vision of this ring. Yeah, ring. And I was like floating in space and I saw this ring and it just went, it broke. And along with this visual came a knowing of what this ring represented and what it breaking represented. And it really hit me. And here's what it means. For me, seeing that ring was showing me a cycle or a loop I have in my life. And it was very eye opening. And obviously that was the point, right? Like the main one it was about was money or my job or a job. Let me correct that camera a little bit. And it because right now right now I'm my own boss, which is super cool. I get to live the life I want. Here's the thing though, I'm not making money. And obviously you need to make money. So 3D joy or the literally just me is kind of freaking out. And it's like, okay, I need money. So I need to go get a job. I need to go do this. I need to go do that. I gotta make it happen, right? And that was the energy I was in when I had this meditation of this ring. And it was like, oh, I've been doing that cycle my whole life where if things get rough, I just kind of drop what I'm doing and I go right along and find a job, find something. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that attitude. Thank you, QB. He agrees. Actually, he wants out, but what I was shown was it's time for me to step out of that loop of freaking out and then reacting. And it's like, you've built something here, Joy. Like, are you just going to abandon it? All of it. Okay, the cat's fine. all, all of it is, let me get my third train of thought back. Yeah, I'm building this business, and it's like, don't give up on it. You were shown this for a reason. You were doing this for a reason. So just hold on a little longer as you move out of this energy. And to be quite frank, this has been a huge struggle for me because, and I know it is for a lot of us, this whole lack mentality and I want, I want. This is not the language I want to use anymore either, Like, I don't want to say I need or I want. I want to say I have. So that's been a big one for me this week. Um, and I'm still working on it. One thing that came to me today that really helped was I was reminded that, um, hold on. I was reminded about something, about the process. Because a few months ago, I had a best friend who just freaking ghosted me, and it hurt like hell. I mean, I was heartbroken, stabbed in the heart, stabbed in the back, right? And I was mad, I was angry, I was sad, I had all these emotions, and oh, I hated it. Oh, I freaking hated those emotions. I hated everything about it. And I had to process it and just be in it and just, like, I wasn't fun. I didn't like it, like I said. And that was like in November. Obviously, now it's February and I don't have any of those emotions. Now, I can slip back into them if I really want to, but I don't want to. And it's like, you know what? I don't have to know why she did that to me, but I know that it probably came from a place of pain and her own, like, unhealed trauma or whatever, right? Like, it really had nothing to do with me. And I'm not trying to say that as if I'm like perfect or anything, but like this example was brought to my attention today because it's like I'm feeling the same way about lack and money and this cycle, right? And it was like, oh yeah, I used to be so angry at that friend, and now I'm not, and I'm in a totally different energy about it. And I can move out of that. Just how I moved out of that energy, I can move out of this lack energy. So it was actually quite encouraging. And there was a few other rings in my life that, um, listen, man, sorry, my cat really wants to say hi. One thing for me, I'm just going to share them all because why not? Another ring that is breaking for me is my husband and I have been together about 2 years now. And I've had so many relationships in my life, and they're all varying lengths, but there's always like a time in a relationship where I'm like reassessing and is this relationship still what I want? And I also, when I had that meditation and I saw that ring, it also brought that to mind. Like, I don't, I don't have to be that way anymore. Like, I'm with a good person. I'm in a happy marriage. I'm in a happy place in life. I just need to embrace that and break out of that cycle. So there's two cycles, like money, job, relationships. Just accept that I have a great relationship, right? Like, that's a weird thing to say, but if you knew my whole life, it would make sense. Oh my gosh, that cat. I promise he seems to go more crazy when I'm talking to the computer. And the third big one, which I'm a little hesitant to talk about, mainly because it says my grandma is watching on Facebook, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I love you, Grandma. This is the truth. Was weed. I've been through a lot of stuff, mainly in my 20s. QB, can you just chill, buddy? And I've had one of the ways I dealt with it was smoking weed, and it helped calm me. It helped my anxiety. It was a very beautiful medicine to use that I feel looking back now, I I feel like I don't want to say abused it, but I was a little too dependent on it. And I knew this was a cycle that needed breaking, but it really wasn't until this week I decided, okay, no, I need to break it. This is one of those, I'm going to add it to the list of cycles I'm breaking. And oh, he does this every Friday, does he not? QB, why don't you go and stay gone? Mal, keep an eye on him, please. This is so annoying.
Cutie.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm back. Yeah, this is one of the cycles I'm breaking. There's a lot of cycles. I'm like, man, was I really in that many bad mental loops? But like I said, they're not necessarily bad. It's just that it's time for me to literally upgrade or move on, And oh my gosh, it's so scary. If it's dare I say terrifying. It's a terrifying, beautiful, exciting experience is how I would put it. I This is what I wrote in my notes. I said stepping out in faith is the next step, right? We broke these cycles. So we're not going to walk in them anymore. We're going to go over here. Hopefully, not to start a new cycle, but like to just start new, whatever, right? And this is what I wrote. It feels like you're walking on an invisible tightrope. An invisible tightrope. That's what, for me, walking on faith, stepping out in faith, that's what it feels like. It feels like walking on an invisible tightrope. You can't see where you're stepping, and you literally have to take a step of faith and just hope that that's where the rope is, right? Like, it's a scary process. So many messages, though, came to me today about all of this. And it was quite great. I even got a mini lesson of this cycle. I spilled my tea on my desk and it fell on my power cord. And oh my gosh, I just got so angry. I got so flustered and frustrated. And I cleaned it all up. Nothing got hurt. Everything was fine. And it really kind of drove home this. I got into observer mode then and was like, why did I react that way? I mean, I know it touched my electronics, so that makes everybody like scared, right? But there was really no reason for me to get so worked up besides being scared it might cause a fire or something. Like, I don't know. It was like there's always work to do, and that's a cycle I want to break eventually where I see the spilled tea, I accept the spilled tea, and I calmly like clean up the spilled tea and I don't freak out. That would be amazing. I'm not there yet. But it brought this same lesson to my attention because there are areas where I am ready to break free from things like weed, lack, not trusting my beautiful relationship I'm in. I also wrote feeling the need to prove myself. This also kind of goes along with the job and feeling like I have to prove I'm a good psychic or I'm a good meditation teacher or whatever. I don't have to prove it. I actually know that. That's not new news to me. And I'm realizing just being in my own energy and being me to the core, gonna bring it in. Gonna bring it in. Yeah. My friend Michael sent me a video today. It was only like 8 minutes. It's from Lori Ladd. And I wrote some notes on it. It has to do with everything I'm saying here. And it's like everything moves. Just be in that energy, no judgment. It is in the lows that transformation occurs. Be the observer. In the lows, transformation occurs. That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, in the lows. So that I'm essentially in the low right now. With this whole lack stuff. And it's like it's kind of like a spiritual fight or flight. Like, are you going to revert back to the old loop or are you going to break it? Your choice. You can stay, you go. And I know which one I want to pick, right? But that doesn't mean it's not scary or terrifying. It's, like I said, an invisible tightrope. Yeah, that's. Oh, I also wrote each step forward sets you free. I want to think about that for a second. Each step forward sets you free. Oh, great. See, I totally gotta work on my attitude. Just let the cat in, so I'm sure I'll be disturbed. Well, there you are. Oh, it's 9:19. Ah! It's 9:19, and I just looked at the clock on YouTube and it said 17:17. What? I love it! Each step forward sets you free. You guys, if you're in a low, if you're in this transition phase, if you've identified some loops or cycles that need breaking in your life, this look, I'm going to put it in the stuff below when I'm done because I really want you to watch this Lori Ladd video she made today about this because she articulates it beautifully. It's in this, it's in the lows, it's in that ooh, I don't like this energy. I don't want to stay in this energy of lack. I want to get out of it and I just want to that those feelings, that's what's going to help push you out because you're realizing I this doesn't align with me anymore. This isn't what I want anymore. It's not I'm fed up. The line has been reached or crossed, right? But it happens in the low. It doesn't happen in the high. And I didn't write this down, but I'm remembering now. Hopefully, I keep it. One thing Lori said that also stuck with me is, especially in spirituality, we have this, how do I say, this kind of culture to keep it high. Oh, I like to say I'm a high vibe storyteller. That doesn't mean I'm like always in the zone of unconditional love and everything. No, that just means I tell stories that have big meanings and I help you with them. That's not what it means. That it's okay to be in the low. I think especially in spirituality and even religion, it can almost make you feel guilty. Like, ooh, where's my journal? I put it away, but I'm going to read this to you guys because I think I wrote it well. Don't you think, QB? Oh, let me read it. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't think it helps me actually. But being in that low and not judging yourself and just kind of accepting, like, I accept that right now I'm in a place, I'm not where I want to be financially. I can say that. And I acknowledge that. And I know I am and I will move into this new energy where this isn't an issue for me anymore. But I don't need to feel guilty. Key word here, guilty. I don't need to feel guilty about how I feel right now. How I I don't need to judge myself because I have pre this conditioned, society conditioned response of lack, because that's how everything is set up to make us feel. I don't have to feel guilty about that. I know I'm moving out of it. It is frustrating as hell. But like, I was reminded today of how I was able to move out of that anger and move into forgiveness and love. It took me like a month and a half, but I was able to do it. And this can be true for any energy we want to move out of. And I think for a lot of us right now, we're breaking these cycles, or we're at least given the opportunity to. Like I said, you can choose to go back into your cycle, or you can choose to break it. That's essentially what's being offered up right now. So, my biggest thing for you is take a few moments, go inward, mainly through meditation, right? And kind of assess your life. What cycles are you in? Do you want to be in them? Do you want to break? This is the time to break. That's the main thing I want to say. I didn't get any extra messages tonight because we're in the middle of the 3-day meditation challenge. Woohoo! I was meditating with that before I got live, and so I didn't get any extra messages. But it's, if you still want to join, you totally can. The link's below in YouTube, and it's out there somewhere on Facebook. You can find it if you want to join us. It's been a beautiful first day, and for me, it's a beautiful way to kind of take this weekend to really assess these cycles and kind of solidify my stance and set my intention that no, I am breaking free from them. They no longer serve me. And even though I'm scared, even though I'm struggling with judging myself, I know, I truly know it's not going to last forever. Hey, Linda. Yay. Well, I'm almost done. But it's not going to last forever. I was so glad I was reminded of that, what I went through just a few months ago, because that anger felt consuming, man. Like, I was so hurt. I can't even begin to tell you how hurt I was. And to just kind of let myself feel hurt, write about it, talk about it, be in that energy. Yeah, I didn't like it, but I made space for it and I accepted where I was, and oh, cool. And I was able to move out of it. And that example, especially coming from my own life, really helped me to see that it's going to be that simple to move out of lack. It's essentially a feeling. And just like I was able to change the way I thought about that friend, from to I forgive you, love and peace to you. I can do this with lack. I can do this with anything, and so can you. But the hardest part is being in that feeling because it doesn't feel like it's ever going to end if you're in it. And it, like I said, it feels like you're walking on an invisible tightrope. And essentially, you are. And that's scary and daunting. But then my adventure side's like, whoa, best ride ever. Oh, I love it. But I think that's all I want to share. I'm gonna put this video from Lori down there. Like I said, she sums it up very well in a very elegant way. And it really just was total synchronicity with what I'm going through myself. And I'm noticing as I'm doing these energy updates and like during the week, I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. I honestly don't. It comes to me during the week. This cycle thing and breaking it came on Wednesday morning. I didn't know. And then I watched a feel good video, this Lori Ladd, and they're talking about the same energies that I'm experiencing and talking about. And it's just like this huge, beautiful confirmation for me. And it's like, wow, we really are all in this together. Yeah, we all have different cycles we're breaking, but here we go. Like we're all just kind of moving our way up in these higher energies. And to me, it's a choice. You can choose to stay in it, you can choose to leave it. I'm advocating the leaving. I know it's the harder choice, but in the end, it has the best outcome. It's freaking hard, invisible tightrope. I totally get it. Scary as hell. Yes. But then there's like infinite happiness and abundance on the other end of it. So, right? Like, where, to me, there's really no choice. As much as I want to revert back to my old ways, I think almost the hard part is resisting that. Resisting this need to go back into my old way. Let me just get a job and we'll make it work. Like, and then it's all solved. Okay. Okay, now it's solved. But it's like, no. No. I see it now. I see it now and I can't unsee it. I know what it is. I can ignore it or I can acknowledge it. And that's kind of what I want to leave with you guys today. I wish I had more positive things, but besides it being an invisible tightrope to walk this, but ooh, just think about what kind of story you're gonna have on the other side. I think about that. I'm like, what about in 20 years when I'm talking about how I built this amazing company or whatever, where I wrote these beautiful books or movies, and I'm gonna go back to the time I'm living right now and talk about, yeah, it all came down to that choice to take the hard road and to break out of cycles from the past. And it's like, wow, that is quite the testimony. And I'm living it right now. And that is very humbling, also very scary. But in the end, I feel it's totally, totally worth it. So that's it for the energy update. Like I said, our meditation challenge is going on. You can totally join it. We had a beautiful first day. What else is going on that I need to talk about? I don't really think there is anything else. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for making space for me in your lives today by watching this, whether on Facebook or YouTube. Apparently, I need some water now. But I really appreciate it, guys. I'm working on putting myself out there more. That's why I'm doing the live on Facebook too. And yeah, lots of catching up. Yeah, it's Like so many cycles are breaking. But then I'm like, what what comes next? I don't know. I'm just I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful, guys. Yes. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Namaste.